Ian. There we go. Yes, so moves inspired from the classical routine or seated version. So we'll start seated, we'll do a warm-up here, we'll come to standing. For those of you who are going to have a go with the standing exercises, I'll give seated alternatives if you need them, and then we'll come back to seated for some strength work in the seated position. So as always, stop, slow down, add bits in, or rest when you need to. So let's start with... We're halfway along the chair. We're going to start from the top, so work our way down. So we're turning to look over one shoulder, and then back through the center over to the other side. Let's do that again. So we're looking over the shoulder, and over to the other side. And then back to the center. Gently bring chin to chest, and then take the eye gaze up. Let's do that again. Bring chin to chest, and then take the eye gaze up. Bring the head back to the center, gently tilt the ear to one shoulder, and then through to the other side, ear to the shoulder. And then one more time each side, we tilt the head to the side, and to the other side. Bring the head back to the center, we come into shoulder rolls, up and back and down. And one more backwards, and then change direction, roll the shoulders forwards. And one more. And then we're coming into side bend. So hands down by the side, and then back up through the center, starting to mobilize the spine. So imagine those hands are really heavy, like we're holding the hand weights in them, so the arms are being pulled down. Chin stays in the center of the chest for the time being. And then on the next one, depending on what's going on with shoulders, we can reach your hand up to the ceiling, maybe look up to that hand, and we come to the other side. So we drop down to the side, opposite arm to the ceiling, and let's go one more each side here. And then bring everything back to the center, reset those shoulders. Okay, coming into our spine twist. So we bring the knuckles just into the solar plexus, trying to keep the chin in the center of the chest as we rotate from one side to the other, trying to keep the chest open so the collarbones are nicely spread. That's it. So we're trying not to look over the shoulder so that we get that rotation around the waist, which is a little bit easier to do when we're seated because our hips are fixed. One more each side. And then bring that back to the center, release the arms and set the shoulders. Okay, a tricep press with the arms. So we're bringing the hands in front of us. Fingertips are just at shoulder height, and then we draw the elbows into the waist and then send the palms away. So we draw, so we're trying to brush the upper body or the rib cage with the upper arms. That's it. So we send those palms away, brush the elbows in. That's it. So trying to not let the elbows come wide. So this is just going to give us a little bit of warm up through the chest. Get those triceps, the muscles in the back of the upper arm waking up as well. Let's go one more here. And then release those arms and set the shoulders. We're going to shuffle towards the front of the chair into some heel raises. So alternate heel, peeling up off the floor, trying to bias the weight over those big toes. And then bring in, just lifting the foot, not too high, just a little gentle lift, just bringing that heel up off the floor, trying to keep the body as still as we can. So we're getting the legs working. And then rest that down. We take the feet wide, and then we're going to just have a little step through those feet, really wake up those legs, make sure that the feet are ready to take our weight. And then when you're ready, find your way through to standing. Stay seated if you want to stay seated, or come back to seated at any point should you need to. I will give us seated alternatives for those who need. Okay, we're going to do the same thing in a standing position, so you can do the same thing with the legs seated. Behind our chairs if we're standing, peeling an alternate heel up off the floor, mobilizing those toe joints, knees and hips. Now you can stay with that or start to just pick the knees up in front. So not particularly high, just starting to warm up. If you've got long legs, you might need to come to the side of your chair just so that you've got a little bit of room in front of you. You could stay with heel raises if we were on the chair because it's actually a little bit harder when you're seated. And then bring the feet down. We're going to come into a half roll down. So standing, we are bringing our chin to our chest and we're curling forward, letting our fingertips just rest on the chair for a bit of support. If you are seated, we're going to just let the hands drop down as we curl forwards here. So same thing, but we're just in a seated position. Mobilizing the upper part of the spine. So nice and tall to begin with. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, gently nod the chin to chest and curve the upper spine so that you're looking down towards your feet or your lap now. So not too far down. And then we're going to roll that back out again. So we restack the spine and then bring yourself up, shoulders down. Let's do that again. Breathe in and breathe out as we bring the chin to chest. Curving forward, nice and soft through those shoulders, looking at your lap or your feet. Curl back up again. So we're massaging the spine. Reset. Let's do that one last time. Breathe in and breathe out, chin to chest. Curving forward, nice and soft through those shoulders. And then we roll back up again. And reset. Just take a little rock from side to side through the hips. And we're going to come into extension. So guys who are supporting on the chair, you can hold on to the chair and leaning back. So we're creating this C curve with the spine. You could just focus on chest, so thinking about just sending your breastbone towards the ceiling just to decrease the curve if you needed to. If your back is sound, you could hold the hands and support the back, and that's going to give you a little bit more curve. So if you're not concerned about your lower back, you can support the back. It's going to give you a bit more. Otherwise, we're here, seated. You could do the same. You can either just think about lifting the breastbone, or you could support the back if you feel that the back is okay. So hands in front or supporting the back, thumbs or fists or palms. We're leaning into those hands, eye gaze forward. Maybe the eye gaze can come up, shoulders nice and soft, and then bring everything back to the center. Let's do that one more time. So just reset the stance. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we lean into the hands. Send the breastbone up. Maybe chin raises. And then bring that back to the center. Take a little step through those feet. Just give those hips a rock from side to side. Okay, so standing strength and balance. I'm going to show you the standing version. I will show you the seated version in just a second. So you could do this behind the chair for both hands on with support, but you could be to the side if you needed to. My supporting knee is soft. I'm going to bring this foot in front, and I'm going to trace a quarter circle out to the side and then bring that leg back in. Hip mobility and hip strength. Seated, we're going to take one leg, we're going to slide the leg out to the side, we're going to slide the leg back in. The other leg stays still and the knees stay pointing forwards, okay? So that's exactly the same thing. So let's give that a go. Supporting knee soft. For guys who are standing, we point the toe in front. Guys seated, just choose which leg you're going to slide. Nice and tall through the body. Corset of muscle we've got laced up here to give us support. When you're ready, we slide the leg out to the side, just with the pointed toe, and then we bring the leg back in. Keep going. Two more. Slide the leg out to the side. So hip mobility and hip strength. Don't let the hips rotate. Bring it back in and rest it down. Okay, just take a little shake through the legs, little rock side to side through those hips. So imagine you've got two little headlamps that are shining from the front of the hips. And we don't want them to come to the side. We want those headlamps shining forward the whole time. Now, I'm going to make that a bit harder if you want to make it a bit harder. Otherwise, you do exactly what you've just done, this quarter circle. If you feel you can do a bit more, we're going to go to all the way around to the back and then bring it round to the front. Seated, you're going to have to stay with, because your leg's not going to go further. You're going to have to stay with what we've just done here. Okay, so we've got that quarter circle position. So set up that leg that's going to be moving, soft through that supporting knee, holding the chair if you want to. We sweep the leg round, quarter circle. Maybe it comes all the way around. Try not to lean forward. And then bring it all the way back again. Now keep going with your quarter circle or your half circle. And then just one more. Both hips are working hard to support you here. And then rest it down. Give those legs a little shake out. We're going to go the other side. So we start with our quarter circles. Guys on the seated, we're going to switch legs. And then we'll go to the semicircles if that's suitable. So soft through the supporting leg. There's a lot of S's there. Pointing the toe in front. And then we go with that quarter circle. and then bring it back. Just stay with the quarter to begin with. Get the feel for this, because this hip might respond quite differently. Those headlamps are shining forwards. Don't let them go off to the side. Make this your last one. Bring it back in. Give those legs a little shake out. Okay, we're going to go half circles. If you want to add that bit more, or repeat what you've just done. So supporting knee is soft, leg is in front, and we take the leg quarter circle, maybe to the half circle. Try not to lean forward. Bring it all the way back round. Keep going. We're going to do a couple more. Deep stabilizing muscles of the legs and core are working here as well. Make this the last one, because we're balancing. And then bring it in. Give those legs a shake out. That's it. Give the legs a good shake. We're going to just lengthen the backs of those hamstrings now. For guys standing, I'll show you the seated version in a second. For guys standing, we are going to be behind the chair now. Take one foot back. So we're on train track. So the heel is down. From here, we hinge at the hip, sending your chest towards the chair. Stay there. Seated, guys, we're going to send one leg forward and hinge forward at the hip, so we get into the back of that knee as well. That's it. We're going to stay here and breathe, guys. So stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. You might be able to come a bit deeper on that out breath. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then gently bring everything back up. Step the leg back in. We're going to go the other side. So guys on the floor, we take the leg out. That's it. We, standing, will take the other leg back. Make it sure it's the other leg. I had to think about which leg went back then. Yeah, that's right. You don't want to do the same side. I have one really long leg. We deepen the stretch by just hinging forward. You might want to rest the elbows, whatever's more comfy. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you might be able to lean forward a little bit more, deepen the stretch. Try and relax the knees. I know that sounds strange, but if you were holding tension there, you'll feel them just relax. Breathe in and breathe out. Deepen the stretch a little bit more. And then bring everything back up again. Step those feet in. Guys standing, give the legs a little shake out. Guys seated, just give a little rock from side to side through those hips. Okay. And we're going to find our way back down to a seated position, guys who are standing, and we're all going to work seated from now. We're going to come into a tricep stretch here. So fingertips to shoulder. Send the elbow to the ceiling. Now that might be enough. If you can, we take a little bit more. You can go a little bit more than that. You can go even a little bit more than that as we lean away from that arm. Ooh. And then bring that back in, a little bit of strength and mobility. So you don't have to, all those bits I'm adding on, you don't have to. If you get to the point where you think that's stretchy enough, thanks, then stay there. Fingertips to shoulders. So for some people, this might be enough. Stay there, that's fine. Otherwise, we can take it a bit further. We can go a bit further. We can lean away from the arm. And then bring that back into the center. And then give those shoulders a roll. Reset those shoulders. Okay. So, a little bit of core work now. Hip flexors, quadriceps. We need to be halfway along the chair to give us plenty of space. We'll start with heel raises. Because this, if you're needing to be a little bit gentler today, this might well be enough. Okay. So let's just start with those heel raises. Then if you can, we're going to start to pick that up and just bringing in an opposite arm to your opposite leg. So this starts getting our brains working as well, because when we come across the body, going crossways, our brain has to work that little bit extra. That's it. So I'm going to get you to just speed it up a little bit. We still want to try and avoid any rocking from side to side. Remember, you could stay with those heel raises. So a little bit quicker. That's it. And one more each side. And rest it down. Okay, give those knees a little rock from side to side. We're now going to do the same thing, but we're going to slow it right down. And, well, you see for yourselves what you think, but I think the slower we make the move, the harder it makes the move. We've got less momentum helping us, and we've got more that's required of our own muscles. So, again, sitting up nice and tall, our ankles are underneath our knees, and we start with some slow heel raises. So just that little bit slower. And we're going to progress. Remember, you can stay with this. If this is where you are today, then stay with this. Otherwise, we're going to progress to slow marches. So like we're in slow motion. That's harder, right? So nice and slow. So try to limit your side-to-side movement. So we've got that corset of muscle is wrapped up around our tummies and laced up. That's it. So nice and slow and steady. See if you can get some flow to the move, as if there's no beginning and no end. That's it. And we're going to go 2 more on each side. So 1 and 1 and 2 and 2 and rest it down. Okay, give those knees a little rock from side to side. Loosen off. Okay, so a little switch to different muscle focus to the sides of our waist here. So these muscles here are obliques, and they support the side of our torso. We're going to get a little bit of shoulder work as well. So this move, we've done this one before. It's the one where we're trying to reach for somebody's cruelly put a cup of tea a little bit further away than we can reach. So we're reaching to the side. First of all, we'll keep both sit bones in contact with the chair. Gradually, I'm going to make this a little bit harder each time. And that the harder just means that the muscles are being loaded that little bit more. We're asking a bit more of them. So you might want to stay with the first version. That's absolutely fine. So halfway along the chair. Sit bones are planted, and we're going to reach to the side as if someone's put a cup of tea, just so we can't reach it. And then we bring that arm back in. Same side. We float the arm away. Now, those oblique muscles are working to stop us just plopping down to the side. So that's their job there. So you don't even really need to think about engaging them necessarily, because they're just going to kick in naturally. That's it. Let's do one more here. So we've got both sit bones in contact as we reach to the side, and we bring it in. We're going to go the other side now. So we float the arm away. Cup of tea is just out of reach. Bring it back in, but both sit bones are still in contact with the chair. We reach away. Ideally, we'd breathe in here and breathe out as we send the arm away. Let's go one more. Breathe in here and breathe out on the effort part of the move. Bring it in. Rest it down. Okay. On this next one, we're going to let the sit bone lift your opposite sit bone. So I'm probably going to lift the heel, and only so that you don't want to feel like you're toppling off the chair. So you still feel nice and stable. Okay, but again, it's just going to make it a little bit harder. Those muscles are going to have to work harder. So we're going to repeat 4 on that first side now. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we float the arm away. Maybe lift the heel. We're a bit further. Bring it back in. Same side. Breathe in. And breathe out on the effort part. Breathe in to draw the arm back in. 2 more. Breathe out. Breathe in. Bring it back in. Last one. And breathe out. Breathe in, bring it back in. We're going the other side. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, bring it back in. Remember, lift the heel, lift that sit bone. Make it a cup of tea a bit further away, but you're definitely determined to get it. 2 more. Breathe out, same side. And breathe out. And then rest it down. Okay, just take a little rock from side to side, loosen off. Now we're going to alternate that move. So we're going to go from one side to the other side. Again, it's asking the muscles to work a bit more. Our back, these back extensors, these muscles here are going to be working that little bit more as we're shifting the weight from one side to the other. So let's give that a go. Take a breath in. If we all go that way first, as we breathe out, we go that way. That's it. Bring it back in. We're going the other way. Breathe out to send the arm away. Breathe out. Breathe in as you come in. Breathe out here. Let's go one more each side. Breathe out. Breathe in as we come in. Breathe out as we reach away. And rest it down. Okay, again, just a little rock from side to side. One last addition. We're going to add some little pulses. So it's just going to load these muscles that little bit more. So we're here and we're reaching. You know when something is a bit too high, you just think, if I just reach up a little bit, you'll be able to get to it. We're going to add these little pulses Again, a little bit more extra load on those muscles. So let's give that a try. So same side, little pulses. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we reach away. Then add little pulses. So you're just reaching that little bit further, little bit further. Do one more. Bring it back in. Makes it harder. A little bit harder each time. Each time, just the muscles have just been loaded that little bit more. Let's go the other side, just this one. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we reach to the side. Little pulses, just trying to reach that little bit further, little bit further. Make sure you're breathing. One more. And then bring it back in. Rest it down. Okay, a little rock from side to side. Just loosen off that back. Okay, we're going to switch focus to our legs now. So bicycle. The bicycle is a move from the classical routine. We're going to do a single leg version. In the classical routine, you're lying on your back and you're bicycling both legs at the same time. It's quite a move that's been used in exercise classes for years. I don't know whether Joseph Pilates completely invented it. I'm not sure. Okay. So with this one, we need to be right towards the front edge of the chair. We send the toe away, so we're just pointing the toe along the floor. We brush the toe along the floor. We lift the knee to send that toe around, like you're riding a bike. So when you're ready, in your own space and time, just have a little go with that. It can be quite a small move. We're trying to not let the body lean back or to the side. Hip flexors working super hard. Quadriceps working super hard. Do one more and rest it down. It's quite heavy on the hip flexors in a seated position. When you're lying down, you've got a bit more space here, so it's not quite so intense. We're going to go the other side, nice and tall. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we send the foot forward, then we draw the toe back, lift and step that down again. That's it. So try and keep the body nice and still. The fact that it is also intense here is because everything else you're not allowing to join in. If you let yourself rock to the side and backwards, it would be less intense. Let's go one more. And then rest it down. Give those knees a little rock from side to side. We're going to do one more set. You might find you can lift that knee a little bit bigger. We're only going to do 4 on each side. So lifting the knee a bit bigger if you want to, or stay with just what you feel that you can manage. It can be much smaller if you need it to be. Okay. Towards the front edge of the chair, nice and tall. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we lift the knee, send the foot forward. Maybe we'll lift that knee a bit higher. 2 more. 1 and 2. Rest it down. We'll go the other side. Quadriceps working hard. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we send the foot away. We draw the knee in, maybe a bit higher for 1 and 2 and 3. 1 more and 4. And then rest it down. Give those knees a rock from side to side. That's it. Yeah, give the legs a little bit of a rub. Maybe just straighten the leg out. Step it in. Straighten the leg out. Just loosen off through the hip flexors. That is the one difficulty with seated exercises, that we are shortened through our hip flexors all the time, which is it's great to have strength here, but it means that those are short, which doesn't help when we stand up, because if they're short, we haven't then got the length here, which is why I include, part of the reason why I include the standing work that we do, so that we're not shortened here the whole time. Okay, we're going to come into a little bit more abdominal work and shoulder work now. So I try and switch between upper body and lower body so we don't overload the muscles in any one area. So we're coming into the Pilates 100s. This one, we've got this pulse with the arm. It's one of the quicker moves. There's not many quick moves in Pilates. 1, 3, a little bit quicker. We pulse the arm from the knee to the hip. And we're trying, again, to keep the rest of the body still. And that bracing against the momentum is where the core muscles come into play. We're getting shoulder work as well as we go. Now, I tend to give you the breathing pattern, partly just to make sure you're breathing. We breathe in to prepare, because everyone holds their breath on this one. We breathe in to prepare, and we breathe out and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll do a set of 15. So in this first one, we are going from knee to hip. That's our range. So we're coming in front of the body. It's going to give us some chest work, because I'm going to switch that up in a minute. So if we start with our hands just pointing towards the knees, we've got this nice diagonal line, shoulders down, chest is open, collarbones open. That's it. Okay, take a breath in. As we breathe out, we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Rest it down. Set the shoulders. Let's do that again, exactly the same. So from knee to hip. Point the fingertips forward. Set the shoulders down, collarbones open. Breathe in and breathe out and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest it down. Okay, we're going to do one more set here. Same thing with that working in the front part of the arm, front part of the chest. Last one. Take a breath in. And we breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest it down. Give those shoulders a big roll. Now we're going to change this up to tricep focus. So this is the same move, but we're now pushing the hands behind the body. It will switch our focus to our triceps. You're still going to be getting some shoulder and chest work. We're still getting core work, but we've got that change of focus to the different part of the arm. So we're going to do the same thing, breath pattern, same process, but now our hands are going from our hip towards the back legs of the chair or behind the chair, as far as you can send them without sending the chest forward. Okay, so send the fingertips towards the back legs of the chair. We're nice and tall through the body. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest it down. Hopefully you can feel the difference in the muscles are being used differently, just in that slight change in position of the arm. Let's do that. We've got 2 more little sets to do. Take a breath in. Send the fingertips towards the back end of the chair. As we breathe out, we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest it down. One more set with that tricep press. So we send the hands back, nice and tall. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest it down. Well done, everybody. So why is that so hard? We're only moving our arms around. Let's bring our fingertips to our shoulder. We come back to that tricep stretch. Elbow to the ceiling. Give the elbow a little bit of a hand. Maybe we come overhead. And maybe a lean away from that arm. And then bring that back in. We go the other side. So fingertips to shoulder, elbow to the ceiling. That might be enough. Maybe give that elbow a little bit of a hand to send the elbow up. That's it. You can do a bit more with the stretch to reach the arm over. You can do a bit more with the stretch to lean to the side. And then bring that back in. Release the arms, set the shoulders. We're going to come into some back extension work. So when we were standing, we were doing some back extensions. We're just going to do a seated version of that to mobilize the spine, prepare the back for some back strengthening work. So thumbs or fists or palms, just something to support the back here. If your back doesn't want to go into extension, so this curve, you can think about just sending your heart and your chin to the ceiling and opening the chest rather than getting that curve through the spine. Okay, otherwise we get that little curve. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we lift the heart, we lift the chin, maybe send the pelvis forward, and we get that little curve, and then rest it down. So to increase that curve, if we tilt the pelvis forward, so imagine a bucket of water tilting forward here, then we're going to increase the curve if that's where you want to go, if that's suitable. Let's do a couple more like that. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we lift the heart, we lift the chest. Maybe increase that tilt forward of the pelvis, and then rest it down. Let's do that one last time, support the back. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, lift the chin, lift the heart, maybe tilt the pelvis forwards. And then rest it down. Okay, we're going to just allow the hands to slide over the tops of those knees. We come into this forward curve. chin gently tucked in, and then sit up tall, slide the hands back, sit up tall. It's just a way to release the back. Slide the hands over the tops of those legs, over the tops of those knees, little curve forward, chin tucked in. Bring it back in. And one last time, we slide the hands over the tops of the legs, curve forwards. And then bring it back in, reset. Okay, so we're going to come into dart, a seated dart. We've done this one before. It's a one of the only ways we can really, in a seated position, get our backs really coming into work. So with this one, we're sending our hands to the back legs of the chair, drawing the shoulders down. We're bracing these back extensor muscles. So this is where we should feel that sort of tightening and strengthening going on here. Yeah, so when we slide those shoulder blades down, that's going to engage those muscles. So again, we need to be towards the front edge of the chair to get that, give us a little bit of space. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we send the fingertips to the back legs of the chair. Draw the shoulder blades down. The chest and the chin are lifted. So feel those back extensors engaging. And then rest it down. Okay, it's fine to just curve forward when we come out of that. We're going to do that again. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, send the hands to the back legs of the chair. Lift the heart, lift the chin. Draw those shoulder blades down. And then rest it down. Just add that curve forward to bring the back into that different position. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit to that. And it's not going to be for everybody, so just see how you feel with this one. You might want to just stick with what we've just been doing. Or we're going to hold our own hands in the base of the back and send the hands away. So I'm here, and then I'm here. So what that's doing is opening up my chest. Now, everyone's shoulders are going to want to do that. If your shoulders don't want to do that, then you stay with that dart position that we've just been doing. So have a little go. Just think, can I hold my hands in the base of my back? Is that comfortable is always not the right word to use with what we do. Is it sustainable? Is it doable? Shouldn't be super, super uncomfortable. Most of you are looking okay. Normally you can see Bubby's facial expressions. Okay, so have a go at sending the hands down to the very back of that seat of the chair as we slide the shoulder blades down and gently lift the chin and lift the chest. That's it. And then rest it down. Bring the hands back to the base of the back. Drop the elbows to the side. So this is a version, the upper body version of double leg kick, which we do on the floor. So here we go. We're going to do a couple more like that. It's just strengthening the move that we've just been practicing. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we send the hands to the back of that seat. Draw the shoulder blades down and we're opening up the chest. Lovely. And then return the hands to the base of the back. Let the elbows drop to the side. We're going to do that one last time. Rest if you need to. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, send the hands down. We open the chest. We slide the shoulder blades down. And then release the hands and we come into those little forward curls. Oh, yes, I know. And then bring that back in. So just keep going with those curves. We slide forward. And then we slide back up again. Let the spine create that C shape. So with that one, we're adding in the lengthening and opening up of those chest muscles, which is great for our posture. It helps bring the shoulders back into alignment, strengthens the back of the body. And let's go one more here. And then bring that in, reset the shoulders. We're just gonna want to just loosen off that back quite a lot more here. So we're towards the front edge of the chair. We're going to tilt the pelvis forwards and back. So we've got the pelvis. So imagine that bucket of water tilting forward, and then the bucket of water, which is your pelvis, we roll back. So we're onto the front of the sit bones. Bucket of water tilts forward, and we roll onto the back of the sit bones. That bucket of water tilts back. So just keep going with that. Going with the range that you are able to do. So try and curve the spine when we sit back, and then we tilt the pelvis forwards. So like I say, just a bit of spinal mobilization. And then bring that up. I'm going to increase that a little bit more. So shuffle towards the front of the chair and then bring those feet wide. We're going to come into a seated version of a cat-cow stretch. Again, mobilizing the spine because we've just worked our backs quite hard. So I just want to really get some loosening off there. So we're hinging forward, letting the chin just stick out. And then tuck the chin in, curve the spine, and we roll back up again, keeping the chin tucked in so that our spine is sort of doing this. Okay? So we're getting that mobility. So let's give that another go. We hinge forward, chin sticks out, and then we tuck the chin in and roll back up, curving the spine. Now keep going with that, guys, in your own space and time. So we let the chin stick out on the way down, then we tuck the chin in as we roll back up, mobilizing the back. And if you do, this is a great one for back tension, back tightness in general. If you think, oh, my back's really tight, really stiff, this is a really great exercise to have a little play around with. And let's go one more here. And then bring that back in. We're going to step the feet in. We're going to come into a seated twist. So halfway along the chair now. So we've got a little bit more support underneath the tops of those legs. So our legs are just about hip socket width apart. We take an arm across the leg, back of the hand just pressing against the thigh. And then using that hand as a lever, we turn to look over our opposite shoulder, trying to keep the tops of those shoulders away from the ears and the chin. It's just going to give us that opening out into the back of the shoulder and that mobilization around the spine. Let's take a couple of breaths here. With each out breath, see if you can look over the shoulder a little bit more. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, look over the shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Look over the shoulder a bit more. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Then release, and we're going to do the other side. So we take the other back of the hand to the other knee, shoulder down. We turn to look over, use it as a lever as we turn to look over the shoulder. And again, progressively, we're going to see if we can look a little bit further. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, look over the shoulder. Press the hand against the side of the knee. Breathe in. And breathe out, look over the shoulder. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. And then bring everything back to the center. Reset those shoulders. Okay. Hands to elbows. We're going to send the elbows forwards and curve the spine. Separate the shoulder blades. And then sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, send the elbows forward. Curve the spine. Separate those shoulder blades. And sit up nice and tall. Last one. And send those elbows forwards, curve the spine. And sit up nice and tall, release those arms. We're going to borrow a little bit from Tai Chi here with this, our last little thing that we do. It's more about mobilization and some breath work with this one. So we're floating the backs of the hands to the ceiling and then letting the fingertips just draw down as if we're stroking the fingertips down a wall. Our in-breath is here. And an out breath on the way down. Just so we're timing the movement to breath. In breath here as we send the backs of the hands up. A little bit of wrist work as well. Wrist mobilization and shoulder work. In breath here. And out breath here. And as we focus on the breath, just give signals to our brains that everything is nice and calm. Let's do one more here. And out breath. And then rest those arms. We're going to do the same thing with the breast, but we're going to rock from side to side. So we're just lifting sit bone and we're lifting a sit bone. So take it, doesn't matter which way. In breath here, out breath to the other side. So we're just rocking from side to side. In breath one way, out breath the other way. Doesn't matter which way. It's just about using the breath with the movement. So in breath one way and out breath. A little bit of loosening off for the lower back as well. So just hitching that sit bone up. One more each side. And then rest it down. We're going to combine those two things. So we send the arms up with our in-breath. We rock to one side and we out breath as we rock to the other side. That's it. So we're just combining those two things. In breath here and out breath here. And in breath and out breath. Let's do a few more here. In breath and out breath. And in breath here and out breath. Last one now. And in breath here and out breath. And then rest it down. Okay, we're going to send the hands into a prayer position up through the center and out to the side, palms down. We'll add the breath in breath here and out breath. A couple more here. In breath here and out breath. And last one. In breath here and out breath. And set the shoulders. Let's finish with some neck turns, looking over the shoulder like we started with, and all the way to the other side. One more time each side. Look over the shoulder and to the other side. Back to the center. Gently bring chin to chest. And eye gaze up. Pause it there. Open the mouth. Soften the jaw. Relax the muscles over the front of the chest. And then bring that back to the center. Tilt the ear to the shoulder. And ear to the other side. Gently drawing the shoulders away from the ears. One more each side like that. And to the other side. And then bring that back to the center. Reset. Shuffling towards the front edge of the chair. If you're not already there, we're going to finish with our 3 floats of the arms as we normally do. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we float up. And then bring the hands down. Breathe in. And breathe out. We float up. Bring the hands down. Last one. Breathe in. And breathe out. We float up. Bring the hands down. And we will pause there. Well done, everybody. Well done. I'll just stop the video. Hopefully you feel nice and chilled there.